Always having trouble trying to figure out what I want to do for my Wednesday craft, or Sarah to do for the Wednesday craft. And it's not that can't come up with ideas. It's almost that there's like so many ideas that we get that like paralysis. Like, I don't know which one to do this week. So Sarah had a great idea. I've been working on a three-dimensional tumbler with the waterfalls. What we're actually gonna end up doing though for this craft is I'm gonna take that process and apply it to something a little different. I wanted to do something a little outside of the tumbler making so that this kind of reaches more people. And we're gonna make a hand washing sign. And I was gonna say that this should reach everyone because we're all washing hands, right? Maybe we're not, I don't know. I wanted it to stay affordable. Now with that, maybe there's kind of like a caveat. So that to keep it affordable for me, I'm 3D printing my faucet that I'm gonna use. Now granted, if you don't have a 3D printer, that doesn't make it very affordable, but I am positive that either in your like junk shed out back in a bin, and if you don't have a junk shed, then you don't live like me. I'm positive that you can find an affordable faucet at a thrift store or at a flea market for sure. You don't want to have this too heavy because the plan is to have it hanging on a wall. What we can do is I'm gonna also use my glow forge to cut mine out. I'm gonna use all my toys, but all of this can be done by hand if you don't have all this, you know, fancy toys. So the glow forge, I'm gonna come up with a fun shape, probably an oval, and we'll get that cut out. And then the plan is we're gonna don't forget to wash your hands, or always wash your hands. And then at the bottom, we're gonna have a little piece that sticks out, a base, if you will, and that's where the waterfall is going to land. So without further ado, we're gonna get into cutting this, and then I am opting for painting my words on. I'm gonna get a stencil, but you can cut it out of vinyl, all kinds of different things you can do. So yeah, let's get to cutting. We're still 3D printing a faucet. It's gonna take like 5 hours, 6 hours total, something like that. Let's put our words on here and get our backer prepped. I was gonna consider painting the back. You can obviously paint yours if you'd like to. I like the color of this, pretty sure this was walnut. I'm going to just use this. We'll see if that was a horrible error and if it absorbs all of the paint or not. I was gonna put a stencil down in proper Jason fashion. I can't find anything that I want to use, so I'm just pivoting. It's fine, everything is fine. I got no idea if these are good or not, so this can also be a review. I got these, well, Sarah must have got them. I'm guessing this looks very Amazon. I'm guessing Amazon. Acrylic painters, look them up, I'm sure they're cheap. So that's why I'm hoping that they work. If they work and they're cheap, man, bonus. Okay, don't forget to wash your hands, just how I have it written. We're going in. Oh. We'll put our faucet here. Our base here, and we should have a little doodad. It came across, this is the bottom two frog tape. Yeah, here's the top part of it, but shameless frog tape plug. This looks like a cool little basin. So I think this will work out perfectly because I wanted a bowl that sticks out far enough. Measured my faucet is roughly 5 inches, wow, this is 6 inches exactly. And I was like, a 6-inch dish would be just about perfect to have the water come out of the faucet and fall on, more towards the center. This has a flat back to it, which is perfect for mounting onto here. It's shallow, like I said, so you'll get a lot more of the reveal for the water flow. So I think this thing's gonna be perfect. So I am going to use some Goo Gone and a Scotty peeler and get this label off, and then we're gonna spray paint it like a minty blue to look like a sink. All right, guys, day 2, feeling a lot like day 1 because I came back in, looked at everything, hated it, and took it all back outside and started painting it over. So if you need a refresher from a couple seconds ago, this is what it looked like. Took it outside. I painted, ironically, I ended up using 3 different brands of spray paint. And if you want me to use just your brand, you go ahead, hit that inbox, and we'll talk. For the backer, I use Color Shot Center Stage, like a purpley blue. For my frog tape little dish, I used Montana colors. This one is cyan. For my faucet, so the faucet, the link for this file on Thingiverse down below, it was 3D Printer Ninja, if I'm not mistaken. So this file for the faucet really came out great. It's 3 different pieces. I already like stuck them together. I have to actually like glue it still, but I took them outside, painted them. I love the way it came together. My print said it was gonna take like 5 hours. Apparently it took like 3, even better. Now we can lay out where we want the bowl to go, where we want the faucet to go. I also want to put my letters on again. I asked Sarah to run and grab me some stencils if she could. She couldn't find any good stencils. She found some letter stickers, but then it's just black and I don't, you know. Went back out in the warehouse to find something else to use. Came across some tulip puffy paints that I have. So I figured, you know what? Let's use that. So we got Valentine as the color here. Hey, you know, hopefully it comes out great, and we're gonna get a second go at my handwriting and making sure that I do it straight. So we're gonna just do it. Let's just do it. But I wanna try to do the same type of letters. I gotta be able to wipe this off. It's gotta be wipeable. All right, try again. Yeah, like a peachy orange. Before, after. I'm glad we pivoted. You know, the puffy paints, this one was mint chip. I really like this. And what was this one called? I hope it's called like creamsicle. It's called carrot cake, and I'm not mad at that either. We'll let that dry, but like, we'll keep working. I should be able to glue my faucet now, and if I can't, then I'll regret it later, but I want to glue it. I just want it on here. All right, we got glue. Oh God, stringy. All right, guys. We are going to stick this right under. And I know it's centered because I got perfect eyes. That's not centered at all. It's a little more centered, but now it needs more glue. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Just like that. Permanent. I gotta glue the little hat on. I'm gonna glue our dish on. Dish on. So conveniently, the dish already had a little weep hole in the bottom of it, but if it didn't, you can just kind of drill a hole in it. So to add just another level to this, we haven't even gotten to the fountain part, which is like the whole point of this craft, but we're gonna get there, I promise. I have a bunch of spare fairy lights. You can get these on Amazon, they're super cheap. They come in like packs of a gajillion. I'm gonna feed it through the bottom. And we will just want to grab like a decent amount of fairy light. I'll probably grab like most of it because we can just bunch it up in the bowl in the bottom. I'm gonna leave a little tail enough so that we can put this on the back. Make sure that the screws are facing out so that you can change the battery later. Or don't, and then it's a one-time use thing. Also, test your lights first. They work. Grab our aluminum foil and we are going to make ourselves a mold, if you will. Probably could have definitely done this before I glued it on the thing, but you know. Following my indents to keep my circle going. This does not have to be perfect. It is water. Water's not perfect, no such thing. Got our bowl, make sure it fits again. Yep, lovely. The saran wrap allows the tinfoil to be able to be removed a little easier. Sometimes the saran wrap gets stuck in the UV resin, that's fine, it's clear, and it honestly adds a little bit of integrity. I do try to peel it away, but anything that stays, stays. So, just drizzling it around to make sure that I get a good coat. It will get warm. It is curing. That is a reaction. So, especially when you're doing like larger amount like that, you should hold its shape. Just cure, make sure it cures all the way through. It's even got some air bubbles trapped in it, which I think adds even better effect, more natural water look. I'm literally gonna take my extra plastic, I'm not even gonna try to separate it, I'm gonna fold it right under, because you can't even tell. And that's gonna go in the dish part. Yeah, definitely in hindsight, I'd set up this whole dish before attaching it, you know, run the fairy lights through, glue them to the base of it and everything. That way all you're doing after you attach it is just gluing the battery pack to the back and then saving your tail for the faucet. You don't have to worry about it like breaking off or anything. So I was kind of like, you know, coming up with this as I go. So I'm just gonna put a bit of UV resin down the bottom of here so that it'll glue it down. Just drizzling a bunch more UV resin, kind of adhere everything to itself. All right, and then we're gonna get some more tin foil. Make ourselves a channel. Fold it over a couple times so that you have a little bit of rigidity. And we want it to be the right length. Fold this under. Pretty good, because I do want to be able to tuck a little bit of it up in there if I can. Just a little bit. It's like a little tinfoil taco. And we can do this in layers too. So do a bit, cure it up, do a bit, cure it up. Probably get one more layer, and then I'll affix it with UV resin from the bottom and UV resin in the top. We'll wrap the lights around it, and then we'll do drips of resin down it so that it looks hopefully more like water flowing down, and we'll adhere the lights to the actual flow. All right, we're getting the tin foil removed. Stand that up. Here we are. All right, guys, I'm holding. Beautiful thing about UV resin, it doesn't cure unless I want it to. Light on, light on. All right, the water is made. Now we want to light it up. I want to try and wrap it tightly so that when I pour more UV resin on it, it kind of hides it. All right, so my light is very powerful. I'm not sure if every light will be able to do what I'm about to do, but I'm gonna flow resin down while the light's on and try and catch it mid-cure so that I can create some more natural looking drippies. So the paint did end up drying. I'm very unhappy with all the blast that went through it with the lights, but like I said, that was just a learning curve. I would have definitely next time assemble the dish part first. But the faucet and the water, So pleased. Are we ready for the reveal? Are you guys ready for the reveal? Do you want to see the reveal? Because I'm ready to show you guys what this thing looks like. So I love this thing, the way it came out. The more I'm staring at it, the more I see, you know, like I have space to add a little embellishment. So I was scrolling my feed and a video of like these 3D bubbles that people were making with spray paint I came across, and they were just doing it like with these Dixie cups. So I was like, you know what? Let me go outside real quick. I've been wanting to apply that to something. I think this is a perfect opportunity to try it. I just blasted some paint real quick on this cup that I cut on a piece of wood outside, and I think it looked good. So we're gonna try to do this, and hopefully I don't ruin the project. So let's run outside and add some bubbles. So we just cut some, you know, the bottoms off of some plastic cups. Wish I had a couple different size cups, but we're gonna go with these, and pretty sure you just kind of blast it in the corner. That's a bubble. If you guys think that added, you know, a little good effect, I think different sizes would have been better, but I think it still looked pretty good. All right, guys, so I used TGG UV resin. We used some tulip puffy paints to do the letters, a plethora of different spray paints for all of our pieces, 3D printed the faucet, the files down below for that, and the rest is kind of just like found stuff. So I hope you like this craft, and if you like crafts like this, or you have any other ideas, if you guys make this thing, tag me in it, because I want to like see other people's versions of it and stuff, because I'm like so happy with this. I'm hanging it in the bathroom immediately. So yeah, like, subscribe, hit all the buttons, and catch you later.